Hey, welcome to yet another devlog. This is a new series I'm going to start. We were so much focused on uh, Nix implementation, and to be honest, I feel like uh, right now I'm in a stage that development of that project is not fun for me to do it live, so I was procrastinating more than expected. So I thought for a while I'm going to continue the migration of my old config to the new one because it was mainly copy pasting and stuff and maybe organizing some tools. Um, uh, Not on the stream. And then when I have an idea to progress like the architecture I showed the other day, I'm going to get back to that. But in the meantime, I was really striving to get back to Zig development again. I wanted to practice my skills. I feel like some of the things I've learned during the past two series that I've done, yeah, became rusty in my mind. I forgot some of the details, and I was sure that I want to have a hands-on experience. I wanted to build stuff. That's at least how I learn things. Uh, I was looking for an idea to implement here and there. I also thought about crazy ideas like rebuilding the whole core utils uh, toolbox applications in Zig, but I also wanted to have some room for myself to be flexible and try different ideas, just like how uh, Nix development, my configuration development became boring for me. I don't want that to happen to uh, my Zig progress. So for now, I'm going to get ideas from this coding challenges website. Uh, I'm not necessarily going to follow them one by one. I'm going to pick whatever that makes sense to me, whatever uh, I feel confident that I can do, and not necessarily knowing everything, but I'm also interested in the problem that is trying to solve, and maybe interested in using the application that I'm going to build myself. So the first thing I pick up here is WC. Uh, on paper, at least, what it is doing is trivial in a language like Python to do, but doing in a low-level language is something I'm going to learn. Uh, yeah, that's the basic idea. The good thing about this website is that there is some uh, community developed solutions around the challenges it's providing. Uh, you can mainly find implementation in Zig or C, but for this WC one, unfortunately, the solution listed for Zig is deleted. It's not available anymore. And then, yeah, I couldn't find it in the user's profile either. And searching in internet, I came up with this Zig WC. I haven't checked it truly, but I'm not sure if it is compatible with the GNU Core Utils version of WC. Yeah, of course, for WC, the core utils implementation is also available, which is something that I'm going to refer to as my main implementation reference. Uh, and what I'm probably going to do is to expand on some of the features. But before doing so, I would like to first have the main functionality in place because I think there are already a lot of gaps for me on in general on how Zig language works. So argument parsing, reading files, printing out the output. To some extent, I know them. I remember some of these stuff, but I think I need a refresher as well. So this first series is probably going to take longer than my future series on Zig, because yeah, simply I'm relearning some stuff again here, and I'm confident to take it as slow as I need it. I'm going to use LLM to for whenever I get stuck somewhere, but yeah, not necessarily in the code completion style of Copilot and things like that. Yeah, that's that. The first thing I wanted to do, of course, I'm going to uh, initialize the project and set up my development environment and stuff like that in a few minutes. But I also wanted to share this that I did some research about how command line arguments can be handled in Zig, and found this channel, DudeTheBuilder. Uh, it's a very interesting channel with a very nice playlist on Zig Deep Dive, which basically is interesting to follow. I think there are some concepts covered here that I either don't remember anymore. Hmm. Yeah, I either don't remember them, or none of the sources that I read so far are covering so nicely. And of course, the first topic that I was interested in was command line arguments, which uh, yeah, it was quite interesting. The only problem is when it was recording, Zig version 11.0.11 was out, and now we're on 15, and there are some breaking changes in each version. So I think it's a good starting point, right? You can also learn how it was done before, what are the changes that you can expect, and things like that. So yeah, that's that. For some reason, my connection is dropping on a string. DudeTheBuilder is not receiving maintain. Okay, let's see. Connection is poor. Why is that? Consider you turning down video settings. This is not good. Because with this error, usually I lose some of the bit rates, and yeah, I'm going to continue streaming, and if it wasn't in good quality, I'm going to upload the video that I'm recording at the moment, because I'm also, while streaming, I'm also recording the video. So let that not distract me. What I was saying, yeah, this guy also uploaded the source codes that he is presenting in a very nice repository over here. And basically what I plan to do today is go over yeah, what he described, what I learned, and try to implement it in the yeah, for my version of the WC. So common, what was it? Arguments parser. Ah man, Zig deep dive, command line args. Is it available here? Let's open it. Now, this is referencing to count type error functions when to this. I think it was towards the end. Quotient, atomic mutex, trait, dynalib, WASM, vectors, interface, build. Allocators are now. Oh man, how did I miss that? CLI args, yeah. So basically, what DudeTheBuilder describes is that there are standard library tools to parse the arguments, and there are two options available. One is process.args, and the other one is process args with allocator, which this one is required if you want to support Windows. And the technique that he is using here is quite similar to what we had for the DNS server main.zig. So if you remember back on this challenge, if it can open it. Yeah, back in this challenge, I had parser somewhere. Yeah, arguments. And the idea was that you get an iterator, and the first item in the iterator is the name of the executable. And then from there you can iterate, take the next argument and check it to match one of your properties, and based on that do some action, which in this case the use case was quite simple. I wanted to have a resolver, and so I was just hopping to the next item as well. Consider whatever is there is an address, right? But if you check WC's input options, there are some interesting stuff. Yeah, of course, there are flags like this, which take some value in for the target file, right? But this is also interesting. Basically, what this flag does is you introduce a file to it, and you need to use the equal sign for it, right? Introduce a file that contains a list of files that you want to run the WC on, and each file should be represented in a separate line. So this kind of syntax, can make it difficult to parse by hand like this. And then there is also dash option, which basically indicates if instead of F you put a dash here, it's going to read the list of files from the std. I didn't have any use case to use this flag, to be honest, ever. But it's an interesting challenge to implement such a thing. What I'm going to do is eventually use a library. In this case, DudeTheBuilder is introducing clap, which looked interesting, to be honest. I'm going to try that and build the application with the caveat of having a dependency from now. And that's fine, right? I want to first achieve my first goal here. When someday I'm good enough with Zig, I might also tackle a clap to see how it is actually working under the hood to solve this problem structurally. Yeah, that's I think it. What I'm now going to do is first start building a project. Let's cancel all of these and then sorcery project. I'm going to call this toolbox. And the reason is I am thinking maybe in future I add other core utils option with the same mindset. To be honest, what is influencing me here is how new shell is treating comments, and I'm thinking maybe you don't actually need new shell to have functionalities like this, right? To have an ls, and then when you use where, you can actually select without gripping and doing gymnastics of bash scripting. Under the hood, I don't think it's that difficult to achieve it. What I'm thinking of is basically uh, for each command have two types of output. When it's to TTY, it should be in a structured format, so the command that we are going to stream to can use that structured format and basically achieve what Nushel is achieving here. But in a TTY output, we just pretty format that. So that's one of the goal of this CLI tool that I'm going to develop. I'm going to first start with WC to see how feasible it is, how fun it is to work with, and if it was good enough, I might continue building more stuff here. So I have sorcery project and toolbox. Forget about these, and also all of these, and all these two with packages. I think it's going to also enable GLS. I'm fine if it's going to sit on the stable version for now, so nothing fancy is really needed here. So I have a Zig version 15 and ZLS version also 15. Good. So let's commit these. Git ignore. Good. And then Zig init exec. Let's actually read this because so I have build exec, but init I only have. I don't have Zig init exec. That's probably for older versions, which is dropped now. Do I have help? Zig init -h. Use minimal init template prints. Let's do Zig init -m. Oh, this is really minimal. I need more than this. Zig show time channel. has a very nice intro on how Zig Builder works, and he does it from ground up. So instead of using Zig init, he writes a Zig init from ground up, which is quite interesting. I just watched it while I was on train, but I think I'm going to rewatch that and try to learn the details on Zig Builder. That's a very good, interesting video actually. Um, let's do that. Show it here. Zig Showtime, live coding, build system. Yeah, this video I'm referring at. This is a very useful video. Also, Code with Cypher had a nice video on this. I have watched long time ago when I was whetting my appetite for Zig. Okay. Zig net. Now I have both main and root, and then can I do zig run here? Zig run expects at least, yeah, and src main. No module named toolbox. How about zig build? Okay, and then I have zig out. Let's get ignore this. Zig out. Good, and then zig out. Yeah, all your code base are belong to us. Good. That's flash lines. For now, I want to. What do I want? Do I want to remove all the lines containing slashes? Seems like it worked. Big build again. Beautiful. And then I have a root, a library, a module. And hey, Yamimuchi, I'm trying to rebuild WC in Zig. WC is this command in Unix ecosystem. I'm trying to rebuild it using Zig while teaching myself, reteaching myself some Zig basics. So yeah, let's see. What I want is, do I need this module? I think not at the moment. Let's remove this and then import part. Also remove this, install artifact, run. I want it, run cmd. Yeah, run cmd get installed. Yeah, and mod test, run mod test. Thanks, Yamimuchi. I think it's better now. It should hopefully fail. Yes, and then src main.zig. I don't need this. Forget about this and remove this. All I want is the main file. Okay. I have the main file now and it runs, and the second line is removed. What else do I want now? Let's drop these tests and let's load the okay. Apparently Igilot is already running. Cool. That's interesting. Now back to the examples here. So there are, yeah, basically this is the first type of reading the arguments, basically getting process.args, and then yeah, this was interesting to me. I need to figure out. I think I understand. It's an optional value check, right? But I want to see how it works. And then we are just iterating over the arguments using that iterator that it provides. But let's double check the library process.args. Yeah, we have args and argsWithAllocator. Holds the command line arguments with the program name as the first entry. For okay, it's also indicating if you want cross-platform, you should use argsWithAllocator. Okay, that's good. So one of the things I doubt about was this: if it is only for Windows, or if you use with the allocator, it works everywhere. So this is cool. So how does it work? Let's call it args. Args city dot. Okay, Igilot is not helping me that much. That's fine. And args like this. And then yeah, here I want to have X. So cannot print optional without a specifier. Yeah, exactly. So if we do this, cannot format a slice without a specifier. Yeah. Big run is what we want. Cool. And here it is using, so what it is referring here in this screen, good thing that I have a camera, so when I was showing it with finger, you saw what's happening. But this is actually not my program, it is the compiler. I hope. Actually not. Which? Okay. Actually not. It's not the Zig compiler. It's my program. Why it's repairing the cache? Because yeah, eventually run is actually building my program as well, right? So if I do this, true. That's probably it's happening here. So it's building cache object and runs that. Okay, cool. But what I want to also check inside Ziglang documentation is optional. Optionals. Yeah. One area that Zig provides safety without compromising efficiency or readability is the optional types. The question mark symbolizes the optional type. You can convert the type to an optional type by putting a question mark in front of it. Now the variable optional int could be i32 or null. Instead of integers, let's talk about pointers. Null references are the source of many runtime exceptions and even stand accused of being the worst mistake of computer science. I learned this when I was working with a Spark and facing nulls in Scala on a distributed system was the worst thing back then that happened to me. But I learned a lot around it. Zig doesn't have them, instead you can use an optional pointer. This secretly compiles down to a normal pointer, since we know we can use 0 as the null value for the optional types. But the compiler can check your work and make sure you don't assign null pointer to something that cannot be null. Typically, the downside of not having null is that it makes the code more verbose to write. But let's compare some equivalent C code and Zig code. Task call malloc. If the result is null, return null. Okay. Your Zig is at least as convenient, if not more than C. And the type of PTR is okay. The or else keyword is unwrap the optional type, and therefore pointer is guaranteed to be non-null everywhere it is used in the function. Okay, so when we use this, we are actually making it not optional anymore. The other form of checking against null you might see looks like this. In Zig, it would be, nice. Okay, extract the value. Once again, the notable thing here is that inside that if block, foo is no longer an optional pointer, it is a pointer which cannot be null. One benefit to this is that functions which take pointers as argument can be announced with non-null attribute. And the optimizer can make better decisions. This part I don't understand, to be honest, because it's too low level at the moment for me. But I think I like the syntax here, and I understand why it's more ergonomic to use them. Okay. Optional type. An optional type is created putting question mark. Yes, that we discussed about. And you can use compile time reflection to access the child type of an optional. So var foo i32 queries from child type of an optional. Okay, use compile time reflection to access the child type of the optional. I'm not sure what would be the use case for these, but definitely compiler is requiring some of this stuff. Just like undefined, null has its own type, and the only way to use it is to cast it to a different type. Okay. Optional pointers. An optional pointer is guaranteed to be the same size as a pointer. The null of the optional is guaranteed to be address 0. Okay. The number is the address 0. Okay. What do they mean by address 0? The address 0 of the stack for the program? Pointers cannot be null. If you want a null pointer, use the optional prefix question mark to make the pointer type optional. And then, yeah, okay. This is a pointer. We are making it optional, so we can set it to null. And then x is our i32. We are referencing its address to the pointer. Then, okay, to dereference the pointer, we also need to indicate it's optional. And then use star. Okay, I need to take some note here. Docs optional. So I'm going to review these tomorrow. I think it was interesting. Now with a while loop, while I can say args.next arg, and then I can do print here as and arg, right? Zig, no, I want to do zig run dash help, for example. Now it's using, okay, no, this is not passing it to my command. It's passing it to the compiler, but this is the trick where you can basically add 2 dashes, so after anything after 2 dashes will be passed to your application. Another thing I would like to do is to remember how we could do enumeration on these. So get an index as well. If I remember in Zig links, there was something loop while no while 2 no while 4 no this is thing. I vaguely remember there was something that I could use. Ah, this is how it is done. Okay, so I can do close this one, var I equal to 1, and can I, where should I do this? It is after the column? Yeah, here it is. I plus equal to 1, and then like this. Okay, then I need to let's put u8. Or usize. Okay, I think usize is what I'm wondering is what is my zealous version out here. Okay, my zealous is not able to jump into the definition of function, which is a bummer. Let's try something. Executable cannot be found, man. DRM allow. PG lot. Beautiful. Now you should be able to go there. Stinking. Beautiful. Now I'm able to traverse this stuff, but not the types. So what I can do here, check for usize. Or do zig types usize. What is usize? Usize is the natural unsized integer for the platform. Can't think of the right word. That means on a 64-bit computer, it's a U64. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take a note for usize as well. So this was easy. Now what I need is to replicate the same behavior, but this time using args with allocator. And then here I need allocator. Const. Let's call it GPA, std group, general purpose allocator, const. It should be init or something, right? Hopefully. Zig build it. Yeah, 65 errors. GPA allocator. Oh, it's a pointer to cell. So it should be empty. Zig build. Expected one argument. Okay. Zig GPA. Okay, I've searched about it before as well. That's life, right? You forget about things. Allocators. Okay, then is there any init here? Should I make these a var? No. Or should I? GPA allocator. The init I remember. Okay. But this one should actually be a var. Interesting. Now this time the return value of this is not optional. Okay, let's go back to the reference code, see how it has been. So he's using a fixed buffer allocator, right? And then you don't need to init this allocator here, but you do it down here after usage, okay? And then actually it's not using try. It's using the same syntax as before. So let's see if we have any examples. The internal buffers by calling the init. You must deinitialize iterator's internal buffers by calling the init when done. Don't like it when the language server is not able to find the documents I need. So general purpose allocator. We init GPA and then after use allocator free. How did he do it here? I think I'm going to switch to this one for now. So he defines a buffer var buffer of type 24 u8. And okay, sets that to undefined. Yeah, you are in the world of Zig, you need to define this. And then var fba std if fixed init, and you pass in the buffer init. And then nothing here. Const allocator like this crushing. Okay. Here I need to try it, right? And then defer args the init like this. And here I need to reference to address. Yeah, and then I don't need this second try or this one. Okay, what's happening here? Invalid format string s. True that. So syntax remains intact. Okay, so let's see. Basically, I could achieve the same if I was using general purpose allocator as well, but then with general purpose allocator, I need to free them one by one. I still think this allocator thing has not clicked for me yet. I know how to differ them here and there, but their syntax and usage is not coming by easily. So what can I do? I can try it again. Yeah, that's why I'm here, right? So const cd if general purpose allocator. I don't want any config and I want to init it, right? And then also const GPA. Total GPA allocator defer GPA init, and then defer allocator dot free. Union declared here. What do you mean by that? Access to union pointer while build struct is active. So for general purpose allocator, I'm initializing, having const, deinitializing, and freeing. The following command failed to compile. Zig line 9. This is line 9. Let's ask GPA. Let's first see, is there any problem with this program? Are you kidding me? Quad sonnet. Or Man, this is really annoying. Oh, I know why. Okay. GPTL login. Yeah, I was logging in with the wrong account. But the good thing is now I switched to GPT-5, hopefully gets more sane answers. Of course, when it does. Yes, a couple. GPA, you either need to call init or use struct literal from. Argue the allocator denoted with args denot, not allocator. Okay. Okay. Will crash if there are no args. Check it first. Fixed version. What is it doing in the fixed version? Var GPA. Go to this one. So maybe this is it. If I do args init. Okay, this was it. So I cannot use allocator free args. It's going to prematurely deinitialize it. That was the issue. Args init, however, solves that problem. And I'm using general purpose allocator. Okay. So far so good, but this is something I'm going to drop eventually. What else do I want to do? The next step is actually use clap, a library for argument parsing. Let's first start. This is the first time I'm using a Zig library as well, so yeah. Depending on which developer you are, you need to run a different Zig fetch. Developers tend to use either the latest tagged release of Zig, the latest build of Zig master branch. Okay, I need to use this one then. I want to go to toolbox, yes, and then Zig. Here, can I put Zig version? No. So probably just like CLS is 0.15. Oh man, the latest release is 11. The library has not been updated since. Update to Zig 15 dev. Okay, I think this is what we go with. Result commits. Okay, let's see what do we have. It's inside zone. Yeah, clap is added as a dependency. Okay. Then add the following to build.zig. So const clap. Okay. Let's put it down here for now. It's building. Good. Short argument. Chaining where A and B do not take value. Okay, cool. What I liked about this library is the nice examples they have. So hello friend, let me move this chat into a new window and bring it in. Close this one, maybe shorten it a little bit. Yes, I cannot read your name, but this looks fun. I want to start streaming my coding sessions, so this is inspirational. Please do, please do. I really think this is an interesting way to learn, and compared to YouTube ecosystem these days, that everybody is masters of something and just dropping videos out, making mistakes in public is fun. So I would really invite you to do the same, and please share your channel with me when you do. Does Zig have template stringing like that? Well, I believe if you're referring to a string interpolation, I believe they do have it. But yeah, this I think I expected it to work, but it didn't. So, anyways, yeah, back to the example they had. So the idea here is you describe your flags like these, and then the default parser will handle parsing it. But in this case, everything I think will be as a string. Then there is this type where you define your configuration of the arguments that you want, and then also define a parser which takes care of parsing it. I think there was another one that was interesting. Here, the parameters are defined in a struct format. To be honest, I would prefer to use this kind of syntax, but I'm not sure how the descriptions work here. So let's first start with this type. But now I'm noticing that there is no version of arguments that supports equal sign. Let's check that. Supports, okay. Supports both passing values using spacing and equal sign. Short args also support passing value with no spacing. Not 100% sure this is what I wanted, but deserve a try. And the version that DudeTheBuilder has is, okay, this is based on the first example, so no custom parsing either. But is it casting the type? A single, okay, so these are actually translated, transpiled, typecasted. So maybe that's it. Let's try to implement this. Clap, clap. Arms, comp time. So what do we want? mon.wc. I have -c, then bytes. So this flag doesn't actually take anything. And does the formatting matter? For now, I'm considering not. Print the byte count. What's happening? And then -n. Chars, my auto indentation is messing up. Print each character counts. Print. Okay. Let's keep it to these three for now. Then what happens? To be honest, I don't think I need a custom parser. So let's go with help for now. Clap.parse. So var args clap.parse time id type that is passing in clap.help. Okay, then pointer to params, and then the parser clap.parsers dot default, and then the allocator, and let's do var GPA skip general purpose allocator differ. Then here do const oh, what was it called? They call it the init status GPA the init, and then here if status is leak, expect false to catch, and so expect is from std testing, I believe. Yeah. So this is basically trying to wrap the panic inside wrapper, so it's not going to be compiled and run until execution. Allocator GPA dot allocator, and then here defer args init. I think that was it, right? This style is also interesting to do imports at the end of the function. So let's see, how can I improve it a little bit better. For now, let's keep it here, and then make build. Okay, that's correct, because here the result may contain errors. Okay, now if I do this, invalid argument. Okay, so health is not coming by default. I need to define it. Zig run. Okay, I need to also learn how to fix this, because with run now it's not able to build and run. Annoying. Okay, and now how can I check if the flag exists? Clap help is a function that can print a simple help message. It can print any params where ID has a description and value method of the parameters. The last argument contains So if I do if args dot args dot help not equal to 0, return clap help to file. Steady error. Type is clap. Help type. Params is our params, and then here so far so good, because I have already checked the how to say the C code for WC, and most of these flags can be combined with each other. So if let's try that, for example, if I do wc-cml and do, I don't know, build.zig, yeah, it is showing those basically all the values, while with C it only shows the bytes. And you already see the formatting here kind of sucks, because these two I'm indicating first, but it's showing them here, and you just need to guess. Okay, let's add the rest of the functionalities, actually flag only. And after L, I have files 0 from. Let's see how that is being done. I'm going to just try it. 2, 3. Read input from files specified by null terminated mainly in file f if f is dash, then read names from standard inputs. And then shell when to print a line with total counts. Oh, here it's a choice. Okay, I think for this one I have seen something, yes. That we already had. Then let's see how does this work. Beautiful. Let's close this off and try to write a parser. Okay, so basically this is it. This is how you define. I want to have str. What did it call? Enumeration. Cool. And then what else do I have here? A file. What do they use for file? Oh, it's a string, okay. And then here we pass in our own parser. Okay, they build. Beautiful. Okay, I'm really happy with this library. So, so far so good. Let's see, let's think how I want to proceed from here. Let's first try something. If I can put new lines here. Okay, even with new lines, it's ignoring them, and that's fine. But maybe this allows me to align regex. Okay, forget about it. But I have total, I have van. But what happens if, for example, I do total now? I would like to have a better error message. Okay, catch error. What is diag? Is defined up here. Oh man, this is really cool. No magic. So I can have var diag equal to clap dot diagnostic, and here dot diagnostic equal to pointer to diag, right? And here catch error and try diag dot report to file sc no diag report to file. I'm not sure about you, but here it would be a std error according to documentation, and error itself return error. Variable of type must be const or comp time. Ooh, diagnostic is this. Expected error union type found. Yes, that's true. It's true. I shouldn't try something and catch it. The argument total requires a value but non-supplied. Missing value. I still believe it's very verbose. What if I do not return anything? Okay, that return is actually containing the stack trace. True. Ah, okay. I can leave with this, and yeah, I can say if args, actually let's rename this agelot rename to res, yeah, and do res dot args and version not equal to 0. This is interesting. I can do a print here, and let's say a version. Let's see if I can first solve the exit code problem. Sys POSIX exit or process exit? Copilot. Should I use sys process exit or sys POSIX exit, and why? Man, it's taking so long. This is the last prompt I'm sending to ChatGPT. Why? Maps to the correct OS primitive on each platform. Okay. It won't compile on Windows. Both are no return bypass differs if you need POSIX specific behavior in a form. Okay. Okay. This is good. So I'd say std process exit 0. Can I do now version? Could now. Actually, it is already printing into the std error. So I think I'm fine for now. Except for const. Cool. So far so good. So I have an argument parser. I have the arguments I need, and I have the first functionality of the program also implemented, which is actually two of them, man WC. I can do help and I can do version, these two last option. Also, yeah, I think starting next session, I'm going to pick up the implementation. So from here on, no more libraries. I might need to restructure the code a little bit, but I will do that online as well. Thanks for watching. It was interesting to get back to coding. Yeah, I just realized how much I enjoy working with Zig when it works. So thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. See you in the next one.